Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Regular viewers will know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're taking a brief look at a new camera that I've just purchased, mainly because it was on special offer. It's a really good price. And what I got is the DJI Osmo Action. And here it is. It's a really tiny little camera. It's actually very similar to the GoPro Hero 7 and the Hero 8. It's the same category of camera, so they call them an action cam. It's robust, it's rugged, and basically it's a take anywhere camera. But this particular little camera, you can see here, has two features that the GoPro hasn't got. One in particular more so than the other. But the two features it has, firstly, it has two screens. So let's turn it on. So you've got your screen on the back, which is touchscreen. So you can actually adjust all the settings, whether it be HD, 4K, your frame rates, slow motion, time lapse, stills, etc, etc. is all totally configurable from this little touchscreen on the back here. And it's a really good quality touchscreen. It's bright, you can see it in daylight. It is, it's a really nice little screen. So, so it's got the screen on the back, but if you double tap the screen, it says, that didn't work. Double tap the screen, makes a little noise, and there you have a front facing screen, which is great for doing vlogging, or if you need to see from the front view of a camera. So when you're vlogging like that, isn't that absolutely fantastic? You can actually see the angle, you can see if you're in shot, you can see the framing. With the GoPros and many other cameras, you can't actually see the framing, but you can with this little camera, and I really like that. It's also got what we call rock steady shot. I think it's called rock steady shot. I'll put a description in the text below just to be sure. Where the GoPro has got steady flow or something, but this form of image stabilization, it's electronic image stabilization, so it does crop in on the sensor a little bit, but this form of image stabilization is excellent. It's really good on this little camera, almost gimbal like. I would go as far as saying it's almost as good as what you get on the DJI Osmo Pocket. This is the little Osmo Pocket. That's a great little device, and I love it, but it's got two things that are not quite as good as the Osmo Action. One of them is basically it's not so rugged. You can tell by its design. It's not weather sealed, and it's not an action cam, so it's not designed to be rugged. That's the Osmo Pocket. Where this one, the DJI Osmo Action, is rugged. The other thing with the Osmo Pocket is not a very wide angle of view. You have to add on filters to give it a wider angle of view. You don't need to do that with the Osmo Action, because the lens itself, let's go back to a wider view. Come on. When you go back to the, see the screen on the back here, you can't see from there, but it's actually got a much wider view than what the Osmo Pocket has got. So that's great when you're doing vlogging, because you want to see the ambience, you want to see what's around you. The Osmo Pocket, either you have to hold the camera much further away, and that's a real ball ache, or you're tighter and you're just getting a close headshot. You're not seeing what's around you, you're not seeing the, sort of like the location. So that's the Osmo Action. Now I say lenses, the filters that it takes are screw-on filters, and I prefer that compared to the Hero, where you have to put magnetic filters on. Again, it's much more rugged. Magnetic filters will fall off. On this one, you just unscrew the filter like so, and that's the filter comes away. Then you can put whatever filters you want on. So we'll screw on. I bought a pack of 4 ND filters, DJI filters. So you see that, it just literally screws straight on. Isn't that so much better? So that's great. As far as design is concerned, on the bottom, standard sort of battery, very similar to the GoPro batteries. So that just slots in there. It's weather sealed. As long as that's fitting in tight, you've got a weather sealing on there. On this side, you've got your quick switch, quick function button on the side here. And that if you hold it in for about 3 seconds, that switches the screens from back to front and vice versa. And also if you push it quickly, you can go to many other quick functions, such as time-lapse, stills, and various other functions. You can set that up in the menu as to how you want that to work. USB-C port. Now, USB-C doubles up for 2 things. One of them is for charging and running the camera, so that is great. If you're doing a time lapse, you don't want the battery running out on you, so you can plug a battery pack into it and it will keep on going, which is awesome. And the other thing is you can get an audio adapter, so you can plug a 3.5mm conventional microphone into the Osmo Action. I'll show you that in just a tick. I'm using the Rode Wireless Go microphone system, using it via the adapter that's in the, well, I've plugged into the Osmo Action. And you can see on the lens, it has got that really nice wide angle of view, as opposed to the Osmo Pocket that has a really tight view. It's sort of tight like this. I can make it nice and tight like that by holding the camera closer, but it's nice to be able to see more of the area, more of the location, and that's great for vlogging, so your audience gets to see sort of where you are and what's going on around you, as opposed to the Osmo Pocket, which is more like this, just a really tight shot. And this screen on the front is so clear to see, even in this bright sunlight, so that is, you know, that is really good. Front, as I say, has got the little screen. That side's got nothing. Back is the touch screen, which is absolutely great. And as I showed you, the bottom is the battery. So when you put it in its cage, it comes with this cage. It's not a very clever cage, it's the plastic cage that it comes in. That just slots into there like so. That'll clamp. Now, that microphone adapter came with this little cold shoe, so that's for putting the microphone on or what have you. So now all you do with this adapter, it's a little USB-C, very compact, little USB-C adapter. So it's got USB-C one end and then the 3.5mm jack there, and that just clips straight into the side of the camera. Like so. Then you have a very compact, a really nice fitting system for vlogging, because you put your microphone on there, plug it into there, and you've got your perfect vlogging setup, haven't you? Isn't that really compact? Particularly when it's on its handle. That'll fit on its handle. Obviously I haven't got the bolt there, but that'll fit on its handle quite nicely. Great little compact vlogging system. So I will do some video clips for you to see how good the stabilization is of this particular camera. And I actually do think it's better than the GoPro, although they're both very similar indeed. Again, that lovely wide angle view is absolutely awesome. And I'm really loving this front facing screen. Honestly, I really do like that. And this is a really nice vlogging setup. Now I haven't got a steady hand as I walk, but they'd be curious to see how good that is. Auto exposure should be nice and simple, and auto exposure should be pretty good. We'll just have to you'll just have to see when I look at it back on the computer. So that's a quick overview of the DJI Osmo Action. Oh yeah, the other thing that is, it's not unique to this camera because the GoPro is the same, but it has a fixed lens. so it's always in focus. Unlike the Osmo Pocket, you have issues with that sometimes hunting for focus because it doesn't have a fixed lens, it's got an autofocus lens. So that can be really annoying if you think your face is in focus and in fact it isn't in focus, so that can be quite frustrating. You won't have that problem with the Osmo Action because it will be in focus, it's a fixed lens, and that's a great advantage. So your depth of field, well, it's always going to have a deep depth of field, so everything's in focus, and that isn't creative to some extent, but when you're doing vlogging and you're doing action stuff, that's what you want. So, you know, great from that point of view. So there we go. That's the DJI Osmo Action, a great little action cam. We'll be comparing it against the Hero 7 and doing some comparisons with my Osmo Pocket. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this review of some use. Please hit the like button if you did find it useful, and share if you want to. It's great if you do, it helps me grow the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. So thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. Thanks. Bleeding bee. Go away. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now. Where are you? Oi, get lost.